What is good, my people? Today I'm going to be showing you how you can get a bigger chest at home with little to no equipment. A lot of people are under the misconception that in order to get a bigger chest you have to have a bench press, you have to have weights, all this other stuff. While that may be true at some point, if you're a beginner or intermediate, even advanced, and all you've got is a little bit of space and a few bits of equipment here and there, you can still get the chest that you desire in the comfort of your own home. So I'm going to be showing you a couple of different exercises that you can do in order to get a bigger, stronger, wider chest. Now we're going to start from beginner exercises up to some more I would say intermediate / advanced exercises, but overall we're going to make sure that you get the gains that you want. So before we get started, make sure you like the video, subscribe and comment if you found value in it, and let go. If you are an absolute beginner and can't do a single push-up, you're going to start with wall push-ups. This is one way in which you can increase your chest strength if you're not quite at the push-up level. So you're going to bring yourself against the wall and you're just going to come down, push back up. As you get stronger, you're going to find a lower and lower. It doesn't necessarily have to be a wall. It can be any sort of apparatus that you can just place yourself on, but most people, you just start against the wall, and as that becomes too easy, you move to something lower. So as I said, once you're done with the wall push-ups and you find that they become too simple, you want to carry on doing, these are called incline push-ups, you want to carry on doing incline push-ups, but you find a bench or a chair and you start doing push-ups on here, which is going to be a lot more challenging. And again, you want to focus on working that chest, get a nice squeeze at the top, come down, get a nice stretch on the chest, and then push all the way back up. You'll make sure that you keep your core tight. You can come up onto your toes as well. That's going to improve the movement that bit more, but basically you want to make sure that you are performing this correctly. Once you get the incline push-ups down, you move on to the next one. You have completed the incline push-ups. They become far too easy. They're no longer allowing you to progress them. You want to go into normal push-ups now. Again, shoulder width apart, make sure that core is activated, and you just come down, push back up, full range of motion. Now if you want to increase it that bit more, you can see that I pushed up towards the end of the push-up just to retract the scapula a bit more. Make sure that your arms are going back. You don't want your arms flaring out to the side. That's going to put unnecessary stress on your shoulder, and it's going to target the chest a little bit less. So this is what we don't want. We don't want you here, and nope. We want the arms almost going back or almost diagonal. Either of those is fine, but you don't want to be flaring them shoulders out and the arms out when you're doing push-ups. We want to make sure the emphasis stays on the chest. Now if push-ups are becoming again too easy and you want to take it that much further, you can perform deficit push-ups. Now these are going to allow you to get a better stretch on the chest because the floor is no longer a limiting factor. So you can use bricks, you can use parallettes, you can use anything that you can find in order to perform this. But what you're going to do is raise your feet, obviously raise your hands, come down and make sure you're getting that extra stretch on the chest. Come back up, perform as normal. Don't come to here because then there was no point. You want to go beyond there to get the extra stretch on the chest. Now the higher your hand placement is, the more you can obviously get a stretch on the chest. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to put yourself in awkward ranges of motion. We still want to focus on working the chest, but this is going to allow you to go that bit more deeper and get a little bit more gains. Now another option you can do to progress the push-up, if you don't if you have access to a resistance band, you can place the resistance band over your back. And again, resistance bands are quite inexpensive. You can get some decent ones from Amazon and other online stores for a reasonably good price, but you just want to place these over your back like so. Bring your hands to the ground and then just perform a push-up like so. Again, that added resistance is going to make the push-up that much harder, which means the chest works harder, which means that the chest gets bigger and stronger. pick a band that you can get a decent amount of reps in. You can work anything in between, I would say 5 up to 10 is beneficial, depending on what you're trying to do. But you just want to make sure that you're getting enough stimulus on the muscle while also keeping the form intact. Don't pick a band where the form goes out the window. Just make sure that the work is being done. If you have access to a bench, you can do some bench dips. If you don't have a bench, then obviously you can use a chair, a sofa, anything that's going to allow you to put your arms stable against. And you can start with your feet on the ground, and all you're going to do is just dip down and come back up like so. Again, that's going to put a stretch on the chest, also the triceps. I mean, most exercises that involve working the chest, any sort of pushing exercise, is going to work the triceps also, as well as the front delt. So you're kind of getting multiple muscle groups working at the same time. Now, if that becomes too easy with your feet on the ground, you can obviously raise your feet. Again, that's going to allow you to get a deeper stretch on the chest. Now, the higher you bring your feet, so for example, if I put these up higher like so, it's going to increase the difficulty of the exercise because I'm putting more body weight on my chest. But that is an option that you can do. Now, a step up from this is dips. So I'm going to grab my dip bars and obviously show you how you can perform dips to get a bigger chest. So once you've mastered the bench dips, you've raised your legs, all the other stuff involved, you can move on to parallel bar dips if you have parallel bars. If you don't, then you can use 2 chairs on either side, which I used to do. If you go back and watch some of my old videos, you will see that I had 2 chairs. I just put bricks on either chair to make sure they didn't fall over. But now we got the bars, we might as well use the bars, and you just want to perform some dips like that to get a decent stretch on the chest like so. Now, people say if you stay more upright, it works the triceps more. If you put a slight lean forward, it works the chest more. Do whatever feels comfortable for you. The chest and the triceps are going to get worked regardless in this movement. Again, this is mainly going to hit the lower chest, so again, it's going to give that chest that full look as well. But yeah, for the most part, you can progress this. Obviously, if you've seen some of my other videos, you can start doing weighted dips, or you can put a resistance band over this. Let me just grab my resistance band quickly and I'll show you. So what you can do is loop the resistance band over one side like so. Just make sure I don't mess up anything. Hopefully this band isn't too tight when I try to perform this. So yeah, basically loop it around your hand like that. And that's going to make the dips that much harder. Now obviously probably more ideal to use a weighted belt, or you could even use a band and a weight plate, and you just put the band around the weight plate and wrap it around your neck or your body, either way. But that again is going to help build up your chest very nicely. Okay, so once you kind of get past those exercises and you find that push-ups and dips and all those sort of things are becoming increasingly more easy, you can perform archer push-ups. Now this is gonna make the movement more unilateral, so you're gonna be working one side of the body at either time. So you want to get a reasonable, get it out here, reasonable distance apart, like so. And you're just going to come down to one side, push back up, just like that. And then once you complete the reps on one side, you can go to the other side. Now, some people like to go from side to side, but it's all up to you. At the end of the day, all of it is going to help build a nice chiseled chest, and gonna look better, gonna feel better, the top's gonna fit nicer, all that other stuff. So another option you can do is decline push-ups. Now this is going to target more of the upper chest, And it also makes push-ups harder because again you're pushing more of your body weight. So all you want to do is bring your foot up onto a chair, bench, sofa, wherever you can elevate your feet on, and you just want to make sure the core again is activated, and you just perform a nice simple push-up. Nothing crazy. Don't let that core sag in your hair doing that. That's not what we want. Keep the core locked, tight, nice. Come down slow. It is a bit of an awkward movement, but the more you perform it, the easier and more natural it will become over time. And obviously the higher you raise your feet, the more difficult the movement is as well. So take your time with that one. So if you want a bigger chest, those are the exercises that I recommend that you can perform. As you can see, you don't really need fancy equipment. As I said, everything that I've used can be substituted with chairs, with bricks, resistance band, or even just doing simple push-ups. It's still going to get you the chest that you want. But it's all about putting in the consistent effort over a long period of time. Doing the exercises once every blue moon is not going to work. You have to be doing them every other day, or once every 3 days, and making sure that the intensity is there in order to get that stimulus in muscle growth. But I hope you enjoyed watching. Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.